A new year does not mean a new you, which is why we are reinventing ourselves today and not by a calendar date. Why? Because realistic goals are based on values, as in who you are. And who you are is created over time. I like to look at my goals as little banks where I make deposits over time. And listen, it may be small deposits some days, maybe large deposits some days, and some days there will be no deposits, but it's all about the incremental deposits that you make, because listen, 100 pennies is worth more than 5 dimes. And so before we get into this video, I want to ask you, what is that one character thing that you've been able to build over time that has helped you take your life from here to here? The first thing I want to talk about is the gym does a body good. And of course, you guys know the gym will have your body boom, pow. But I am talking from the perspective of the gym will have you building the most amount of grit, discipline, and consistency out of everything. Because anything worthwhile is hard. And I don't care how much you go to the gym over and over, it is still a challenge at times. And just the other day on Wednesday, I freaking woke up at 4:45 in the morning. My alarm went off. That's a whole nother topic. I am not one of those, oh, wake up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock to be successful. No. But my schedule right now, my to-do list is like this big, okay? So I hit the snooze button to get an extra 9 minutes of sleep because it's dark outside, it's cold, it's like 40 degrees. I'm under my down blanket. I'm like, just a little more. Then my alarm clock goes off, okay? I get up. Every morning, I always thank God and give gratitude for everything. And so, like, I'm sitting there giving gratitude and praying, and I freaking had tears rolling down my face. Like, out of the clear blue sky, just like, not like, but like, and I was like, okay, I'm tired. And you know that feeling, and this is another conversation, like being that girl, making money, being cute, being an excellent mom, being sweet, etc., etc. It can be a lot sometimes. And so I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay, I'm like having a moment. And something popped into my head from the Netflix special about basketball, something Kobe Bryant said. My son and I just watched this a couple weeks ago. Kobe Bryant said, they're like, how do you do, all these things you do, or how did you perfect, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I don't negotiate with myself. And that was what popped into my head at 4 something in the morning. Okay, use discretion. If you have a fever, you're super down bad, you got a broken leg, whatever, okay. But 9 times out of 10, it's really just your other mind trying to comfort you, because you guys know there's a part of your mind that is there to protect you, and that subconscious, like things that, make you comfortable, etc. And so that other part is always like, oh, April, you look good. Like, what's one day gonna do? April's like, you'll be all right. Like, chill. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm having a moment. Okay? I'm having my moment. So have your moment, but take your butt to the gym. And off to the gym I went. And so if the gym is on your list of things to do, I encourage you to start that now, because the amount of discipline and grit and trust that I build with myself in doing what the F I say I'm going to do, that by far exceeds the physical benefits that I get from the gym. By far. And that is just only one of the things on my list that builds these values and character traits within you that will take your life from here to here. The next thing on my list is the fact that we are not niching down. As in, what if we created for an ideal person and not a niche? Think about this. So if we created for the ideal person, that means we could target the ideal person way before they even realize they need our service or our product. And then we'll be able to market to them after they've used our product and service. Why? Because the ideal person is just that. You guys, we are multi-dimensional. So whether you are buying a house and you need a mortgage today or tomorrow, if you like cooking, you like the fine restaurants, you like looking good, you like talking your ish, you like being a good parent, etc., etc., you are going to be drawn to me, just like I'm drawn to you. And so before or after our deal, if you decide to engage in business with me and vice versa, like, we're locked in. And let me tell you that creating content for the ideal person is so much easier because, like I said, I'm able to share several aspects of my life, which is my reality. And you know what, guys? It really doesn't even make sense that social media was established as this window to the world, your ultimate way of freedom, right? But social media has all these social norms, which you guys, I'm sure you've seen a lot of social media experts will tell you to stick to your one topic so you don't confuse your audience. How? By being a freaking real person? Now, I mean, okay, once again, use discretion. Like, I probably shouldn't get onto my Instagram or YouTube and talk about, like, do a car review. I mean, because that would just be so far left for me. But everything else is kind of fair game. And even when I think about my favorite influencers or digital creators, on one hand, yes, I absolutely see that they are an expert in their space, just like I'm an authority or an expert in the mortgage space. But I was drawn to them because of their lifestyle and because of who they appear to be. And so if they can succeed on showing up on social media, showing various aspects of their life, why can't you do the same? And you guys, clearly I'm sharing this because of my experience. If I felt like this, I know someone else feels me on this topic because, you know, there was a time on my Instagram where it was like mortgage education, reel after reel. And I'm more than mortgages. When I started sharing various aspects of my life, and once again, use discretion, as I do believe you should have non-negotiables, things that are just off the table because you do not need to share everything on social media. But when I started sharing my for real journey, things that I've learned, things that I experienced, etc., guess what? There is someone out there who is learning from the things that you've already went through. If you are scared to show up as yourself, I just want to ask you, why? We got to go into 2024 making life happen. As in, I totally get everyone's obsession with entrepreneurship or being a digital creator because it allows you to create the life you want. But you will have to go through some trial and error, which I encourage you to start now with what you have. Because if it fails, at least you got that one out the way. And so then you can move on to the next one. Making life happen, you guys. This is both for the entrepreneur and my corporate girl. Because listen, 15 years ago, you guys, I relocated from Indiana to Jersey to do a huge level up on my career, okay? And I had to do that for my career, for my pockets. And so that included, which I can't even believe this when I look back, that included an hour and a half commute each way. Why? Because you guys, if you're in Philly, driving up the Schuylkill is a freaking nightmare, okay? Why does Philadelphia have a 2-lane highway? Makes no sense. But I used to have to commute an hour, I would say an hour and 15 to an hour and a half. If it's short traffic, like on a Friday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, forget it. But my commute was intense. I still ran 5 miles a day, still cooked dinner, still did homework with my son, still like watched TV a little bit, and then got up the next morning to do it all over again. That, you guys, then we moved to Maryland for another role. Lasted 10 months. No disrespect to Maryland people, but I was like, okay, I gotta get back to Jersey. And then we came back to New Jersey, thank God, where I started another role, ended as a finance controller, and all of this stuff happened, you guys, between the ages of 1 and 5 of my son. Okay? And after some time spent in YouTube University, I realized, I'm like, okay, the way to the bag, the big one, is sales. And so my entrepreneurship journey started with a freaking cocktail mixer business. You guys, I was so eager to learn sales, I started a cocktail mixer business where I freaking sold cocktail mixers in barbershops, salons, to my spear. Like, literally, when I look back, I was like literally walking in a brick and mortar, like, hey, can you, would you be interested in this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Do not forget some of the things that you have done to get you to the place where you are. So then I started working with the Rutgers Food Innovation Lab, and then that pivoted into partnering with a for real beverage developer out in California that costs a lot of money. But clearly, I don't have a beverage mixer business because it failed. That's something I still want to do, but okay. Next thing I did was become a stock options trader, which I was amazing at that. However, I failed at making it a business. As in, you guys know, the business of teaching others how to make money is huge. And when I look back, I had my Discord chat, I was doing Zooms, but I didn't package it in a formal way to create money, to make money off the educational piece. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then I became a realtor. That's how I got into real estate. And you guys, I'm the type, I like working from my computer versus being out driving around. And yes, I'm still a licensed realtor, but my bread is buttered by being a lender because, like I said, I just love the flexibility of being a lender. So in October of 2020, I started as a lender and I was super excited. And then in January, I was crying. So I was like, why am I doing this? I'm a mom. I'm 100% commission. I'm in a totally new industry. Like, and it was, what was happening? I was like, okay. I remember this conversation like yesterday. The owner of the branch said, April, he looked me in the eye and was like, April, you have to make life happen. With nothing behind it. No extra conversation, no extra words. That was it. That stuck with me because I do feel like, especially if you come from a background where you checked all the boxes, you went to school, you got your degrees, you got your good job, you're making your good money, etc. But like all those things are set up for you. As on the entrepreneurship side, it's literally no one's coming to save you. No one. After some of these tough conversations, I turned up my marketing, turned up who I want to work with, what I want my days to look like, the type of money that I want to make. And then things are like boom, 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 boom. And the biggest thing is, whether it's been in my corporate space or my entrepreneurship space, you're going to get some no's. But guess what? The no's, the quicker I get a no, the quicker I get to a yes. Even though I told you guys my whole freaking life, like making life happens is both for the big things and the small things. And one of the small things that I'm making life happen right now is my content creation. And you guys, like, Lord, please help me with consistency for creating content. And so my question to you is, what are you making happen in your life right now, big or small? I just shared with you guys what I'm working on right now. Drop me something below. Embrace change. Now, do not stick with something simply for your image or for your ego, because listen, your intuition is going to tell you, should you stick with this and endure it, or is it time for you to pivot? Because listen, I know sticking with things, being resilient, you don't want to appear like you're a failure, etc. Those things are a thing. It's often celebrated to stick it out. You can do it. The long term, 10 years. But some things, it's just not, this ain't that. You guys know the one constant is we are always changing. So what I found is that when you know for real that it is time to pivot, I build even more resilience, because when I enter a new chapter, especially as a woman, especially as a mom, people are like, who do you think you are changing your career? Who do you think you are moving? Who do you think all these things where really the resilience is even stronger because I trust myself. I believe in myself way more than you could ever imagine, which is why I am resilient. Because I know I'm going to be okay. Also, what I've learned is that every time I enter a new chapter or uncharted territory, it's not always about the level up that you think it is. Sometimes it's about, wow, like more appreciation and acknowledgement on all the things that I've gained, all the building blocks that I've built to get me to where I am. The last point is to build a support system because no one goes it alone. And I just got to say, between my family, my friends, my people on the internet who I've never met who are like this, I have loan officers on my team who I've never met in person and were like this. They have all been key players in my success. Here's the thing, you want to have selfless love, but at the same time, you want reciprocal relationships. So, yes, you want people who are going to pour into you in return, right? Especially in this digital era where you are scrolling on the internet and maybe you're comparing yourself to others, or maybe you're trying to jumpstart your content creation career or any other type of business. What I found when I connect with people who are on the same journey as me, okay? Because sometimes, yeah, your friends and family, they don't get it. So what I found is when I connect with people who are on the same path as me and who I feel I can trust, then it just makes things a lot easier. It just makes things a lot easier. So that's what I have for this video. I wanted to share a couple of things that have really helped me in my life and how I am holding on to these things going into 2024. And if you guys like this video, drop me a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And until next time,